Hey, what's up guys? This is Stefan Gonville with freedomacademyhq.com, and today I want to share with you 3 counterintuitive tricks that I use to stop being awkward. Okay, so in case you don't know who I am, my name is Stefan Gonville and I own this website called freedomacademyhq.com, where I help people overcome their social anxiety and their shyness. If you want to learn more about this, I created a video that you can access right there by clicking the button. It's going to show up, and this is a little video that I created that's on the 5 biggest myths about social anxiety and shyness. This actually slashed my anxiety in half, and I think it can do the same for you. So also, before we get into the video, just make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos on this topic. Okay, so how to stop being awkward. So first of all, I want to say something that I think a lot of people miss, okay? And that's the fact that awkwardness is always going to be around, okay? It's not something you can get rid of. It's not something that you can just stop feeling. Awkwardness, embarrassment, or humiliation, these are part of life. Everybody feels them. Everybody hates this feeling, but guess what? You can't get rid of it. So that's why I just want to tell you that this video is not gonna be about how to avoid awkwardness. This video is gonna be about showing you a way how you can deal with the awkwardness, because I think it's much more important for people to learn how to deal with it than to continue avoiding it. Because if you continue avoiding it, then your life is gonna shrink, because you'll find yourself escaping a lot of situations that you used to love doing, but you're escaping those situations because of your fear of getting embarrassed, and that's how your life can shrink. So this is why I'm making this video. It's about how to deal with the feelings of awkwardness. So that being said, let's get into the meat of this video. So I've got 3 tricks here that I use personally that help me a lot to deal with my awkwardness. Now keep in mind, like I said, these tricks are not gonna make your awkwardness go away, because when you actually try to do, well, actually let's just jump into the first trick, because it's gonna explain a lot. So the first trick is to stop avoiding it. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, you got to come to terms with the fact that you can't keep avoiding situations where you think you're gonna feel awkward in, because when you do that, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot, because you're gonna stop doing the stuff that you love doing. You know, do you like to see people? If you let your awkwardness win, you're gonna stop seeing your friends. You're gonna continuously withdraw into your shell, and that's what I did, because I was so afraid of becoming awkward, and those feelings they just feel excruciating for me. I found myself in a position, and this might be you also, where I would just stay home and not do anything. And yeah, that's when you let your awkwardness win. But the first trick is to just realize that, listen, it's gonna come up, okay? No matter what, it's gonna come up. This is normal. Everybody feels it from time to time. You gotta realize this. So this brings me to my second point, which is that the best thing you can do is learn how to deal with it when it comes up, okay? Because it is gonna come up. You're way better off to learn what to do and how to diminish its effect when it comes up than if you keep trying to avoid it, okay? So what I do when I feel awkward is I have like a 4-step process that I use, and basically it deals with my thoughts, my emotional response, and my physical response, because those are the 3 things that are gonna come up when you feel awkward. You know, your thoughts are gonna go crazy. They're gonna your emotions, the awkward emotion is just, I hate that emotion, and I think if you're watching this video, you probably hate it also. It just feels so bad. and also your physical reactions, which are like you're blushing, or you're, you know, don't know where to put your hands, maybe you start sweating and stuff like that. But also the number 4 is what to do after the fact, because oftentimes for people that feel awkward, after the event, or like the awkward situation that you found yourself in, afterwards is the worst part, because then the shame kicks in, and that's like the worst part. So I'm gonna share with you what I do in each of these categories to diminish its effect. And what this does in turns is that it allows me to go to the situations that I want to do, or that I want to partake in, even though I know that awkwardness might show up. But at least now I know how to deal with it. Okay, so first of all, to deal with your thoughts, the best thing that you can do is just let them run freely. Okay, so I have a video called how to stop negative thinking, and if you go watch that video, it's going to teach you everything you need to know of how to deal with your mind and what it throws at you when you're in situations like where you feel social anxiety, shyness, or where awkwardness comes up. Okay, so basically what it is that you just got to realize and unhook from your mind. If you go see that video, you're going to understand what unhooking means. But basically the idea is that you need to realize that your thoughts are not always accurate. Okay, and I know you probably heard that before if you searched information on how to overcome your shyness and social anxiety, but there really is something to this method. Okay, it helps a bunch. And a great way to do that is to do deep breathing, diaphragmatic breathing. That's such a powerful technique for people with anxiety or that feel awkward all the time. Okay, so the idea is you want to let your mind run freely, let it throw whatever it can at you, but you need to start looking at your thoughts. So if it tells you like, oh my god, I'm starting to blush right now, people think I'm weird, what am I doing, oh man, this was so awkward. When your brain throws you things like that, all you do is basically you become the watcher of your mind. So you access this kind of, which takes practice, but you access this kind of place where you can kind of see your thoughts and be like, my mind just told me that I look really awkward right now. Oh wow, look at that, it's telling me that I'm blushing. So when you access that kind of when you access the watcher, which is when you actually can see your thoughts for what they are, just thoughts, it reduces the emotional response by a lot. Okay, especially when you become really good at this. Like, I mean, I've done this for a few like about a year now, and the difference is just huge. It's like it reduces it by like 80%. So to deal with the emotional side of it, what you need to realize is that what you resist persists when it comes to emotion or thoughts also, okay, or even your physical reactions. But at this point, it's really important to understand that if you try to get rid of the bad feelings, you're gonna kind of shoot yourself in the foot, because if you do that, when you try to just make the situation stop and make the feeling go away and resist it, it's actually gonna kind of double. It might not double, but it's gonna stay in your body for much longer than it would usually do if you just if you just let it happen, basically. So the way I do this is by doing something that I call emotional surfing. Okay, so what that is that it basically means that I let myself get taken over by the emotional wave that is created, because you can see emotions as a wave. You know, a wave, it kind of goes like this, then there's a peak, and then it goes down, right? So if you surf the emotion, it's like you're surfing at the top of it, basically, because an emotion has a beginning, a peak, and it ends. And this usually takes, on average, there's research that was done that shows that emotions on average just stay for about 90 seconds if they're not resist it, okay? So this is a crucial point. So basically what you want to do, instead of trying to get rid of the feeling, you want to let it take you over completely, and you want to kind of like let the emotion express itself through you, okay? And you'll feel like, I mean, this is kind of difficult to do, you know, because you kind of just gotta stand there and just let those bad emotions do their thing. But if you do that, it's not that the emotion is gonna go away, but it's gonna feel a lot less intense, because it's gonna stay a lot less longer inside your body. So when it comes to the physical reactions of awkwardness, like you're blushing or you're sweating or you don't know where to put your hands, I remember that was another really painful part about awkwardness, is like how weird I looked when I felt awkward, you know? Like maybe I tried to smile and I have that cringy smile kind of just to try to like show everybody that, you know, I'm okay, but that your smile ends up just showing that how awkward you are. You're like, hey, I'm okay. Maybe not that bad, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so for your physical reactions, what you need to do is you kind of need to stop resisting that also. Which, what I do is I basically, instead of trying to hide my blushing or you know, try and act in a certain way that's gonna make people think that no, I'm okay, it's just like just try to change the subject randomly. No, don't do that stuff, okay? It's not gonna help. You're way better off to do what I call like revealing yourself or being transparent with others, okay? So this is very counterintuitive, and what it is basically that you need to kind of let other people see your awkwardness. So you kind of need to let yourself reveal to others your what you're feeling inside, okay? And what this does is that because when you try to like act like nothing happened and that you're not awkward, or that you know, when you're blushing and stuff like that, when you try to hide that, it kind of goes out of control, and it, again, like the emotion will just stay there for longer, and it's gonna feel much worse. So what you want to learn how to do is basically you want to kind of like turn to other people and just succumb. Okay, yeah, listen, I'm awkward right now, look at me. And you kind of want to amplify that even, okay? That's what I do. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but what ends up happening is that the emotion, again, it kind of like just, it doesn't disappear straight away, but it goes away like much quicker, basically, and it feels a lot less intense. Okay, so the fourth step in this is to deal with the shame that comes after the fact. So after you feel you just came out of a embarrassing situation or awkward situation, or you know, something awkward just happened to you, your brain is gonna enter attack mode. You know, it's gonna really shame you. It's gonna tell you stuff like, oh, I'm so dumb, I suck, people thought I was weird, why did I react like that, I'm such a weirdo, stuff like that. And this is a killer, because that's actually one of the main reasons why embarrassment is such a big deal for you. It's because, have you ever found yourself just like thinking about past embarrassing situation over and over? It's when you ruminate on this, on events like this, it makes the event seem worse, you know. So what I do when that happens is just I access deep breathing. So I just concentrate on the air coming in through my nose, and when I exhale, I concentrate on the air coming out of my mouth. And what this does is it cuts off the flow of thoughts, of negative thoughts that would normally make you feel really bad. Okay, so the third trick that I use to stop feeling awkward is to desensitize myself to it. And you should do the same. This is the biggest thing you can do if you want to reduce your awkwardness by a lot. Have you ever noticed how like really free people that never seem to get awkward at all have a way to kind of diffuse the situation, even though they might have made a social mistake or felt embarrassed or have been humiliated? It never lasts a long, and they have like a quick witty response to dispense the situation. Well, have you ever noticed that those people are often very social people? They spend a lot of time with a lot of people. So that's the kind of point you need to get to. I gave you kind of my step-by-step now to deal with the awkwardness when it comes up. Now the only thing that you need to do is go out there and put yourself in situations where this might happen, okay? You need to start progressively desensitizing yourself to your awkwardness. This is if I was to leave you with one thing in this whole video, it would be this. It would be the fact that you need to just get practice under your belt on how to deal with the awkwardness when it comes up. When you do this, you're gonna start feeling a lot more comfortable socially, and some situations that used to scare you aren't gonna scare you as much, because it is my belief that a lot of the socially anxious people and very shy people, their number one fear is this. It's feeling awkwardness. It's being awkward around other people, because oftentimes those situations are the most traumatizing for ourselves, you know? So basically just go out there and start desensitizing yourself. Remember, feeling awkwardness, it's not a bad thing. It's not the enemy, okay? When you keep yourself from doing stuff that you want to do, that's the enemy. That's what you have to stop doing, okay? And at the same time, while you put yourself in these situations, your life is going to grow towards what you want it to be, you know? Because I found myself in a rough spot where I was like housebound for a couple months because I was too afraid to go out of my own damn house. So you know, some of you might be kind of in a similar situation, and desensitizing yourself to it is the #1 trick in all of this. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to go download my video course on the 5 biggest myths about social anxiety and shyness that are keeping you stuck. And also don't forget to go subscribe to my channel for more videos on this topic. And there's the video right here about how to stop negative thinking. See you later.